Here's the way I look at it. Okay? Here's the way I look at it. And this is honest to God. My brother George, once a month, he has a dear friend. He's got box seats, and they feed you. They bring you sushi, cocktails. Okay. Let's be honest with ourselves. 9 innings is not going to happen. Okay?
Why not?
Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. There's no, if you told me, listen, when you get there, the game starts at 7:15, but get there at 6:45, they're going to have a light cocktail hour with sushi. Okay?
Right.
That's 45 minutes until the game starts. Then they're putting out something else. But then when you go in there, it's sandwich food. I don't care. It's nice brisket. It's a nice prime rib. Whatever you like on a little sandwich, just to keep people enthused. But if I walk down there in the first inning and there's crab legs, lobster tails, this, spaghetti, by the third inning, I'm uncomfortable. I'm sitting like a fucking, and God forbid if somebody scores 4 runs, there's no reason.
Right, but I'm talking...
There's no reason.
I get that a little bit, but we were talking about UFC.
It's the same shit.
How?
Because you want me to sit in the seat, in a very good seat, right? We're in a very good seat.
Right.
Right? So now the fight ends, everybody, whatever the retard. And now everybody's like waiting for who? What? I don't need to wait for him to tell me. Look at the guy's eye. You need to know the... Let's sit around and wait for the result.
Yeah, but we watched.
I don't need none of that
Bruce
shit.
Buffer was screaming, we were already upstairs at the They were closing the concession stands, and we were just staring at the TVs.
Because I want to get up there before anybody else does, bro. You're not going to get out of there if you're in that level down below. I got caught there a couple times.
Oh, I understood why you did it. But
it's 35 fucking minutes behind people farting. No, not tonight. So the last fight, I left them come out, right? If you have DraftKings, you can bet right there, right? And right there, what do you, first of all, let's get something straight. When you're at a UFC fight, bro, you're going to look at the fucking screen 65% of the time.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay? The ring's right there. They could be right there punching each other to death, and you're going to watch it, but then they're going to go to the other side of the ring, and there's going to be a fucking bar with those strings blocking you. So your neck goes right up, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So I always said the best levels are the ones when Anderson Silva kicked that dude in the face and he broke his jaw and he went down.
Well,
Me and Ari did acid that night.
Oh, shit.
And we sat in the middle looking down, and it was exquisite.
Right.
Exquisite. Like I have a dear friend, she wants to go to, and I told her, I said, listen, they want like 10 grand for those seats, and you're going to be looking at a fucking screen. If I had the 10 grand, I'd go and sit out there like Johnny Boone Beach, like Drake with the gold chains. I don't need that in my life.
Right.
I'm very comfortable in my house and who the fuck I am. I don't need to fucking go to a UFC fight to show you. If Joe wants to take me, I go.
Right.
But I'm not waiting to the end. And in those days, that arena was connected to a hotel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You probably watched the ending on the TV in your room.
You go upstairs, you watch it. By the time you get to your room, and the winner is, and right away, you're rolling that number. I got 35 minutes for Rogan to get off the back. He's back there giving interviews. So ain't nobody, they were just walking around in circles. The other idiots, what are we going to do? What time's Joe going to come? Just go to your room, roll a joint, take a shit, wipe you, maybe bang one out, get excited, get some hunger going because you're going to go to dinner. There's always a plan, man. Why be like everybody else? What does he say, Mitch Hedberg? Be yourself, Turkey. I drew you.
I never heard that one. That's funny.
That's a brilliant Mitch Hedberg joke.
Oh, my God. So you don't, like, it's funny because you always.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Like,
you ever go to the supermarket? You see turkey salami, turkey ham, turkey soup, turkey this, turkey bologna, turkey cheese. Turkey, what's wrong with you? Just be yourself, little brother. I drew you. That's the fucking joke.
That's a great joke.
That's a classic Mitch Hedberg. But, I want to save on time. What people don't know is when you go to a Dodger game, there's only one road out of there. Unless you jump off the fucking cliff.
Yeah, that's
There's
terrible.
one road out of there. And you got to sit there till the ninth inning. First of all, those people are not fans of anybody. They all have their $80 Dodger hats and their Go Blue. And listen, seventh inning, they're scared of Mexicans.
Oh, yeah.
They get the fuck out. Once that sun goes down, you see those heavy-duty white people leaving. Fifth inning, they take off. By the time it's the
seventh inning stretch,
it's all Mexicans out there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, say.
The bleachers are fun.
Huh?
The bleachers are fun.
The bleachers, all that shit's fun. But nobody sits at a Dodger game. Now, that doesn't mean me. For me, I would leave a Dodger game because I like Dodger game. At night, it's the prettiest fucking stadium to sit there and watch a baseball game. You can talk all this shit you want about the Dodgers, the team. There's no nicer stadium in fucking April. Fucking Ralphie May, God rest his soul, took us to see Clemens 20 feet away. We had to leave. He came in with an edible cake, a bag of edibles. He walked into right to the bottom. I mean, we were like 3 rows up. The sun was so hot, we had to leave. We were melting. We were red. My legs were peats, my one arm, because I kept moving back.
How big were both of you guys at that point?
Big.
In the fucking day game on edibles? Man. Oh, my God.
That stadium is beautiful, but bro, if you leave at the ninth inning, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead. First, might get beat up by somebody in the stand. Remember that? The guy from San Francisco, they fucked him up. And it's bumper to bumper till you hit like the 101. That's 40 minutes. So now, because you wanted to watch the last 2 innings, I can't fucking do dick for another hour till I get home. Fuck that shit, guys.
What do you have to do?
Huh?
What do you, like I was going to say, like you always mess with George. He doesn't sit still. Neither do you.
What do you mean sit still?
You're just how, how you can't do stuff for another hour. What are you going to do after a Dodger game?
Okay, after a Dodger game, it's 11:30 at night.
Yeah?
I want to go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I got to get up fucking early in the morning.
Oh, I thought you had stuff to do.
Shit, no. So now you're up at 6 in the morning with your dick in your hand. That's why. So sometimes you want to get home early so you get that extra fucking hour so you don't walk around all mopey the next fucking day.
Yeah.
Especially now. I don't have the patience unless I bet something and it's a nail-biter game that I got to stay. Like ninth inning, the fucking 4-4 World Series type shit. Then you stay like an idiot.
We'll see what happens.
You're taking the day off the next day anyway.
Right. What about playoffs though? Like, if the Knicks and the Celtics play each other, I might try to go to one of those.
Good for you. What do I give a fuck?
No, but like, would you go to a playoff game? Like, is that different? Would you stay for that?
I have a lot of vices. Like we all do. We have a lot of vices. My vices are like health stupidity and shit. So before I drop $800 for a ticket to see the Knicks, or $500 or $5,000 to sit.
Is it going to be that much?
To sit with Fat Joe and make believe I'm somebody I'm not. I applaud you guys more than ever. Like, you know.
I don't even know what he's about to say. Something.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm saying that, you know, this week you went into the show and the show got canceled Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, that's nothing. That's just salary. And they don't give you that fucking yardstick or yard and a half or the small 50 or the big 50. Yeah, because if they give you a small 100, it's a big 50. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when shit like that happens, that's like, I needed that money. Am I going to starve? No. But this was going to the plane ticket or whatever the fuck it was. You know, now they cancel another show. Are you on, you said?
Yeah, and somewhere in Jersey on Thursday. So
they canceled the show or they closed the club?
I think both.
So the club, you put the kaput on that one, didn't you?
I didn't put the kaput. Oh.
They put your picture on the flyer. The place goes under.
Oh, my God.
Remind me not to open up a comedy club and headline you.
Thank you for saying that.
No, I'm just teasing you, shit like that. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like I told you that my dear friend Lisa Messina said she watched the podcast with Natalie Cuomo. And she goes, you know, it was weird how you were looking at her. You're looking at her like you were smitten over. And I go, no, she's 26 fucking years old. I'm not smitten over her. I'm smitten about what she does. The kid weighs 90 pounds. You know, every time they tell me they're going into the city, I think of the movie with Charles Bronson, Death Wish, and people around corners. She's a little petite thing. You grab her by the throat and have your way with that little girl. And I love her to death. But I look at her, I look at Allie, I look at Becky Z, Sticky Fingers. I look at all these fucking young women and what they have to do now. Like how they have to act, and they don't get paid, they don't do nothing. You're the same thing. You're over there banging out every night. They cancel the show. You don't even get a free fucking meal. They'll still charge you 50% for the onion rings. You know. So it's like, when I was working, yeah, they were giving me $400 to $500 for 5 or 6 shows. But they gave me a hotel, guys. These guys ain't getting hotels no more as a feature.
This was the first club that did, actually. Right, but the club was great. The club actually gave me a hotel this time.
Hotel?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the hotel was also $42.95. Right or wrong?
No, it was a nice hotel.
No, I didn't say it's not a cheap hotel. No. Remember, like, it's like when you go to a fucking Four Seasons in New York City, you're paying for fucking tariffs. You know what I'm saying? You're paying $1,500 a night after plus. If you go to that same Four Seasons in Omaha, Nebraska, it might be half that. That's what I was saying to you, brother. I wasn't insulting you.
No. I know.
So, a Hyatt Regency here is $349 a night by the airport. But if I go to Greenville, South Carolina, it's really nice. And it's $129. And you're like, what? Room service is shit? $129? They turn up your bed and give you a piece of chocolate at night? Coño, compadre. That's how to do it. Last time somebody turned me down and gave a piece of chocolate was in Venezuela and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they called me monsieur at the end of that shit. So, yeah, but it happens. They're not giving features. That means if I took a feature on the road, I'm covering the hotel. And I don't give a fuck because I get it. How many hotels do people cover for fucking me? Okay? And I didn't stay at no Motel 6. They put me in nice hotels. And the club was giving him like $62 a night. And he was banging out $300 on his own for me. So I get it. The shit runs downhill. Remember that episode when the kid didn't want to pay? Moltisanti didn't want to pay the tab. And he went to yell at Tony. And Tony goes, what are you talking about? You know how many tabs I had to pick up? Thousands. One day when you're there, this is how you treat the people under you. For us, it's the people under you. I could go eat a nice steak and send you motherfuckers to shake and bake with a straight face. But what type of man would I be? Come on, I want this to be a family thing. When we do our shows, I want it to be like Duck Dynasty. At the end, they all get together and say prayers and shit like that. Same thing. I don't want us to just be 4 fucking comedians hauling luggage and I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't like going out in the daytime a lot. I like when there's a hotel, a nice restaurant by the hotel. We could walk to something. But I'm not going into fucking Broadway in the daytime. They'll kill me.
Yeah.
They'll kill me down there. They got drugs down there. I just saw it on fucking the drug show. What's that, Fix Up? It just had Nashville on. I watched it the other night at like 11:30 at night for a little. It's one of those shows about drugs, undercover drugs, and this one was Nashville, where they make hooch and they make meth, and the guy was shaking the meth, and he's like, man, my cousin blew his eyeball out in his hand. And this guy's over there giving they're shaking with gasoline or something. But no, so I don't mind going close. I like going to somewhere, eat close, but when we go out, we're a fucking family on the road. We eat together, we giggle, we drink some water. One of you always gets a cocktail, whatever the fuck. But that's what makes the comedy show that much better because we each got each other's back. Now everybody knows that. So it's not like we go from the hotel room in the back of a mobile gas station right to the show, and the guy's got fried chicken wings that looked like it was an order in the afternoon, and nobody ate them because they were so bad, so he just reheated them. Let's give them to the comics. Give it to the comics. And Lee comes, oh, these wings are great. And you're eating fucking catnip and foo-foo pads and God knows what else. Fuck, it's just crazy shit, man. So I can't imagine. I cannot imagine what it's like to fucking be a feature act now. But I applaud you guys with all my heart. It gets better, or it gets worse, but not really. It gets better, and you hope for something to break or shift. But in the meantime, you just keep laying the work down, and everything will fall into place. You agree with me on that?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean,
You hope so. What do you mean you hope so? You got to say, fuck yeah, Joey. That's what works, motherfucker. I'm a Jew. I'm going to make this work out of respect. You're not all right to Natalie. So what, you have any dates coming up? Nothing? I'll tell you, let's talk about what I've been looking at in Lancashire lately. And now I see him in the fucking date. It's amazing what happens when people when people need money. I'm not laughing at no money. I know people are fucking living hard. It's hard for people. But it's really hard. When I first met Lee, I used to hang out. I used to go to the cafe. It was in Lancashire. I wasn't going to the store yet. And I'm not a fucking dummy, but there's things I'm not hip to, like we all are. Like I could see a drug deal happening a mile away.
yeah.
I saw one the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I was just, because I take weird rides, like I take weird rides, and I could spot a drug deal at CVS. They met at CVS.
Oh, shit.
So as I was walking in, like they were meeting, like he just got out of the car and they met at CVS to do the drug deal, which it's something I would do. CVS is a good spot. There's a lot of traffic there. But you notice different things, like there's things I'm not looking for. So I don't know, I don't really notice it.
Right.
But when I first moved to the Valley, I would go to Lancashire midnight. And it'd be like after 9:30, which nothing is going on in Lancashire. Now it's coming to life. They're building a Whole Foods, and they've got like a massage place, Flexorama, like one of those chains, Massageorama.
Yeah.
They got Jimmy John's and something else, Firewood Pizza, and across the street they got like a protein thing and like a weird restaurant, like if you're on keto. They're starting to put a life over there. But 9 years ago, it was just a at night for 3 blocks.
Yeah.
And then there was Starbucks on Magnolia. Mm-hmm. And then there was the train, which is another block and a half. And the only thing on that corner is the Federal. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if there's an episode when the black guy gets arrested in Sons of Anarchy, and they're bringing him around the side, there's a movie theater. It's the El Portal Theater. That went down there. But that's the only thing that's on Lancashire, guys, was the and the Federal. And I would sit there at night. I would call the Agostino, the guy who was on the podcast 3 weeks ago. This has got to be 10 years ago. And I go, Agostino, can I come down? And he'd go, yeah, come down, do the last spot. And I would go there, and I didn't want to sit inside, so I would sit outside. They had tables outside.
That's how we met, yeah.
And I would sit outside and go, like every 15 minutes, a chick would walk by herself. A black one, a white one, a black one, another black one. I never thought about it. They weren't bad looking, but, I'm talking to the Agostino. I'm talking to Adam Hunter. I'm talking to the comics at the time that are hanging out there. And one night I'm like, you know what, man? This is too fucking crazy. These chicks are hookers.
Wow. Yeah.
They're hookers. And then you and I met a girl one day.
Yeah.
She asked you to go to Skinny's. I said, Lee, you're single, go with her. And the next day, you're like, she wanted $50 or whatever.
Oh, yeah, she wanted to.
And she had a black eye or something.
She had a bandage around her head. And you just left. You didn't tell me to go with her. I just turned around and suddenly you were gone.
Listen, I'm not here to cock block nobody.
Oh, that was the worst.
I see a chick with a bandage around her head. I'm all in. Either she's getting out or she just got hit in the head with something. Something's going on. I don't want to know nothing, but, whatever. So, for years, they cleaned up Lancashire. They have a movie theater like Lemley's there. Mm-hmm. So, they really cleaned it up. I don't see nobody. You don't see fucking nobody. You come out here at night 6 months ago, you don't see nobody. The movie theater has people going in and out. The Japanese people burnt down the sushi place. They Jewish lightning then got caught. They burned half the block down. He's going to jail.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, it was in the paper like 2 weeks ago. He's going to jail.
Oh wow!
They cut a deal. Something's going on. He's going to jail.
I remember when that happened.
Yeah, and then Joe from the coffee shop tried to beat him up, but the cops got there because he burnt down the coffee shop. The Jewish lightning went south. He went down. Yeah, listen, that's why Jews are good. They predict the wind. Japs don't know what the wind. That's for Indians and fucking Jewish people.
Yeah, leave it to us.
Do you know the downwind and shit? He lit the fire like upwind, and it went up the corner. It burnt the library, a gym, and Joe's coffee. Fuck. Yeah, he went the other way, the fire. So my point is, listen, if you're gonna light a fire, just call a Jew. They know, or they know somebody. They got a relative who knows somebody how to light a. No, these are just jokes here. My point is that, so now we hit the crisis, right? And things are bad again. So I take my little rides because my daughter homeschools from 10 to 12. So I don't want to be a nuisance and have her know that she's in the office. So I leave them alone. I take a ride. I come here. I take out my notebooks and I make my calls of who I got to torture. I go to the weed store early and get that out of the way before all the German people go there. I try to do different fucking things at different times, right? And one night I went for a fucking ride. Like I was like, you know what? I need to go for a ride. So I took one of my fucking joints with me and I went to go to the YMCA. It was the night before they opened everything.
Right.
Did I talk about that? And I went in there and they were doing exercises and I couldn't go in there, so I parked in front of Brett's jiu-jitsu place.
Yeah.
And the hooker.
She made eye contact with you, yeah.
She made eye contact with me. But here's what gets better. Like, I just thought that was one night. Oh, no. It don't stop there. Guess what I saw today?
What?
A hooker at Gelson's.
At Gelson's?
Blacker than the night.
I think they get dropped off at grocery, because when I used to live on Sepulveda.
I'm telling you, right down the corner from your fucking house.
Oh, shit.
She was right there at 11:30 in the 11:48.
Wow.
Me and my wife could not fucking believe it.
Was she like searching for it, or was she getting picked up?
No, she was there looking at the stars. Yeah, she was looking for Dick.
Damn.
She was looking for Dick on the way out of the supermarket. And that's not the first time I've seen a black chick at Gelson's looking for Dick in broad daylight.
Well, we had that one that was like the walker, like around like the coffee shop. Like years ago, she was like the only one that survived.
I remember I showed her to Josh Wolf one time. We couldn't believe how hot she was. And she would wear blonde wigs, red wigs, and she would make eye contact with you. But they cleaned her up. She disappeared.
Oh.
But now that they're back, if you go to In-N-Out Burger now, if you drive up towards In-N-Out Burger, across the street, those city hotels, they're outside.
Oh.
They're standing outside, and they don't stand in clusters like they used to. Like, want to go out there for a little while. You could see it. Hookers have always intrigued me. Just that a woman would stand on a corner and take a chance with a guy in a car. That's the ballsiest fucking thing I've ever heard of in my life. Anybody can shake their tits on the internet. Big fucking deal. Ha, ha, ha. You know what I'm saying? Let me see you get down to the fucking corner.
Yeah.
And work a corner and be known to be on that corner. Like, to be known to be on that corner. Like, people know that you're there at midnight when they get out from work.
That is pretty wild.
And if you're not there, you'll be there in 30 minutes.
And I wonder how, I mean, obviously you hear horror stories, but people do it for years. So it can't go bad all the time.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't even, I think Vegas is legal in Vegas.
Nevada, yeah.
Prostitution is legal in Nevada. I never really saw it in my face until the last time Joe took me to a UFC, and I left on a Friday night. I didn't wait for the fight. I took that 6 a.m. flight. You got to be at the airport at 5, and there were fucking hookers everywhere downstairs as I was checking out. It was mind-boggling to me. I didn't want, but if I see a hooker working in Vegas, like even at the South Point, when I used to work the South Point,
right?
The South Point is really good. They clean up. But one would slip in there from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
And while we were eating at the seafood clam bar in the corner there, I would watch them. When we'd have a table, I would see how they work, how they're, what their operandi is, how they see the guy, and then they sit 2 from the guy, and then they make an excuse to sit next to the guy. You know what I'm saying? And then she gets up, and then he gets up 2 minutes later, and they walk out separate exits.
It's interesting that you're so interested by it, because I know you are like a self-admitted prude almost. Like, it's weird that like you're.
It's not that I'm a hooker guy.
No,
I'm not a hooker
you're
guy.
not at all. Yeah.
No, not at all. But the art of it has always. It's not that I respect it. Listen, whatever a woman wants to do with her body is her own fucking business. I applaud those girls. A couple weeks ago, I applauded that girl Jamie,
Right,
on my podcast, because she's broke. She's not showing her pussy. She's dancing with her titties, whatever. That takes a certain type of balls. You know, there's no waitressing. It's not like you get a waitressing job right now. It's not like you get an office job right now. You can't get a job as a secretary. Again, you can't get a job as a chef right now. I'm not saying women should be certain things. But it's even, you know, for a woman right now, what are you going to do? There's no waitressing jobs, nothing like this. So I have nothing against you. When I retweet a girl that's selling videos or something like that, first of all, I'm laughing, because that's what Twitter has become.
yeah.
For some women, they're selling videos on there. The hot mom from Texas, the one that always sells the gangbangs. I show my wife, and my wife can't believe that they allow that on Twitter. I'll be sitting there, and I go, honey, look at this tape. And she's just getting dicked from 8 different directions. And
You show the actual tape?
it's on Twitter. And so we'll be watching TV at night. I'll check my messages, and I'll go to Twitter to see what's on Twitter, just to see if anybody messaged me or somebody, you know, wrote something.
Right.
And when I open up homepage, she's always on there getting fucked. It's the same old video, and she'll say, I just sold 3 more videos on Hot Bod. Go to Hot Bod XXX or something like that.
Right.
But it's live. She's sucking a dick. There's one video she made with her fucking playing with a pussy in front of the electrician.
Damn.
Oh, it's fucking craziness. And they don't take it. I don't understand. There's a friend of mine that I know who does porno, and that's what she told me. She goes, it's really weird. And she doesn't even do porn anymore. This was 5 years ago. She goes, if I would put a clip up, they would take it off. But if Red Band's old girlfriend
Right.
would put a clip on, they would leave it on. It's really weird, the selection. I think if they get certified or... because the dog, listen, there's another girl there that I became friends with online. Do you remember the girl that I retweeted, and then she got pissed off at me because I retweeted her? She thought I was goofing on her.
Yeah.
And then she said that she was getting threats, but then she hit me back and she goes, I sold like 200 videos. Thank you. It's really weird. If I see a girl shaking her ass on Twitter, I might give her a retweet. There's one that's really annoying. I don't even know what her name is. She's got to go.
How can you be annoying taking your titties out?
Oh, because she's like a washed up porno star. She's washed up, but like everything. She's lost everything. Like Tabitha Stevens is still beautiful.
Yeah.
She's not washed up. She's still fucking beautiful, Tabitha Stevens. You know, I retweeted her the other day. She thanked me.
I saw that after.
Yeah, she looked fucking beautiful. Fucking, she was throwing heat. She doesn't give a fuck. But there's some of them that it's time for them to go. Like, they didn't get the memo yet. Like, it's time to go. Nobody wants... And she's the worst one because she makes a pussy squirt. So, like, you'll be fucking going on your homepage on Twitter, and all of a sudden you see... And she's got the ugliest pussy. It squirts, like, crooked.
No.
It looks like my dick, like, it's got, like, a turtleneck. So, like, when I piss, I have to pull the skin back. If not, the piss will go everywhere like a flap. Like, if... It's a 50-50. That's why I always pick up the toilet. I'm always a gentleman. Because if I leave the skin down, I can just pee on my pants. I get it everywhere.
Why do you leave the skin down then?
No, I never do.
Oh, okay.
I got to pull the skin back.
Okay.
So,
Oh my! That image of your hand flapping around is gonna be.
I'm sorry. I know you're Jewish. We shouldn't be talking about.
Yeah, I have no
circumcision.
idea. Oh my god.
Anyway, it's great to be here on a fucking Wednesday. You're still alive. Who's better than you, cocksuckers? Nobody. You know, when you make a mistake, like I ordered the wrong shoes, or, you know, you make a right turn and you fucking, you know, you get back on. That's a fucking mistake. You know. Today, is 9/9/19. This is a really weird date for me. 9/9/89 was the day I got married. 30 fucking years ago.
Whoa.
Today. So for the last week, I have really been thinking about this. Like where I was as a human being then and where I was as a human being today, because now I could gauge it through that marriage and what my thought process was. And it's so weird that was the second biggest mistake of my life. She was a great girl, and we weren't supposed to be married. I dated her for 4 years before we got married, and it was just the whole 4 years. Like the whole 4 years, I was trying to, prepare this podcast and write a little bit last night, and I was just thinking about. It was just we were together for 4 years, and we lived in 5 different states in 4 years.
So, like, did you think, like, a year in, like, yeah, we're having fun, but I won't marry her?
I was 22 years old.
No?
Okay. I wasn't even thinking about fucking marriage. I was 22 years old. When you're 22 years old, you shouldn't be thinking about marriage. You're having fun with a girl. You're going away from her on weekends. Everybody works. Everybody's got energy to do shit. You're basically fucking. You're in love. You're young. Nobody's talking about marriage. If somebody talks about it, you shut it down. And I was too busy. I was doing drugs. I was doing crimes. She was just my Bonnie and Clyde, whatever. We were just a Bonnie and Clyde team. And I was with her for a long time. And the reason why I want to talk about this is important, because when you marry somebody, it's a fucking big decision. I was speaking to a friend of mine 2 weeks ago, a very dear friend. I've known him since grammar school, and it was one of the saddest calls I ever had, because he told me he's 60 years old and he's alone, that he doesn't know what he did on this planet to be alone. He had been married 5 times.
Whoa.
He got married 2 times in 1 year. He married one chick and it lasted 6 months. The last chick she married, are you ready for this one? I love him to dearly, and he's family and stuff, but I had to laugh. She told him that she was going home to visit her father. They got married, and they were together like 2 weeks, and she told him she was going home to visit her father, and then he got a divorce thing in the mail. He's so now you're 60 and you're alone. You know what? Nobody wants to die alone. When you're 20, you're like, I don't give a fuck. I don't need no bitch. I don't need no man. I'll die like Charles Bronson in a bunker. No, listen, nobody wants to die alone, man. And it's so weird that before I started dating this girl, I had been on and I'm not ashamed to say it, I had been celibate for 8 months and without a girlfriend for a year. Like, I was on a really bad cold streak in my life. I was getting my life together. Part of that year, I was 4 months, I was homeless. So it's tough to get pussy when you're homeless, you know what I'm saying? But it was one of those years I was just having a bad year, and it was funny. I hadn't touched a woman for like 8 months, and in 3 days, I was with 3 women when I got to Boulder. Like, it was that fast. I met a girl on the plane. The next day I went to get an apartment. I met a girl on the hill that I ended up fooling around with. And then I met some other girl, and we dated for like 2 nights, and I never saw her again. She lived on the other side of town. It was like, when you don't need it, it's there. It was just a weird time in my life. So I was just enjoying Boulder. I was just living Boulder. But back to the case here. When I met her, we just dated. And then we almost broke up. Right before I went to prison, I got locked up November 18th when I got charged. That was the day I kidnapped that dude. Like November 5th, she had a hair thing. She was cutting hair, and she had like a competition, and she wanted me to go. And I didn't go. I just didn't want to go. It was like a mile away. It was like an hour away, and I didn't want to go. And that really hurt her feelings. And that left us in limbo. We were in limbo for about 2 weeks. And I had seen her once or twice, but the relationship wasn't on good terms. And all of a sudden, I got arrested. So all of a sudden, she stayed loyal and she stuck it out with me. You know, we worked together on getting all the paperwork done, everything that was due, and you know, she helped me get my GED. She drove me to this place. I mean, it was just crazy so that made us a little tighter, you know, and then I got sentenced and she didn't turn her back on me then. And while it's funny because while I was in prison, you know, for 4 years I was with her every day. And then I get locked up and now I'm not with her. And I got to be honest with you, it wasn't like I was missing her during the week. And when she'd come to see me on Sundays, I was more concerned with what she brought me than seeing her. Like, it was just really weird. So I thought when I got out that we would, to be honest with you, to be strictly honest with you, because I was such a loser, my mental phase is when I got out, I'd fuck up and we'd break up. Like, I didn't want to break up with her, especially after she was so nice to me and stuck it out with me in prison and stuff. But I knew that the electricity wasn't there. Like, it's not like I was writing her love letters every fucking day from prison. I wrote her a letter from time to time, and I'm being as honest as I can here. But we were too, and this has happened to a lot of the people listening to this podcast. At this point, you're too far involved. And something inside of you doesn't want to say stop. Like, hey, stop. We shouldn't be together. But it was weird. While I was in prison, she would come on Mondays, and I would tell her not to wear underwear and shit like that. And we would have sex. We would eat something. And between you and me, guys, I couldn't wait for her to get up and leave.
That's not good.
No, and it was fucking with me. I just thought it was maybe something I was going through because I was locked up. And then, boom, I get out. And again, she's my world, and we're hanging out. And she was a beautiful girl, guys. And she had a great family who adopted me as part of their family. And they really came through for me when I got locked up. That's when they really showed their true colors. I mean, I always had my doubts that they even liked me. When I got locked up, the mother and dad bent over backwards for me. So in my mind, I had a debt to pay them. And the debt was to come out of prison and be a fucking good guy. Like, their dad, my ex-wife's dad, and mom, for that case, were good fucking white people out of Buffalo. I mean, solid fucking Polish people out of Buffalo. Solid. I mean, I think about them. There's not a week that goes by that I don't think about him or her in some way. They had become my parents. I was really tight with her. And after I got locked up, after the first time I went to county, it was her father who bailed me out. It was my girlfriend's father who bailed me out. And then we became tight. We became like father and son. I would go up there every Saturday and cut firewood with him. And we'd fucking bale hay and fucking shovel snow and kill snakes. You know, this was endless. Before I got locked up, I was very tight with him. So now I went to prison. He's sitting there with me in prison. When I was looking to get out, the judge was going to, community corrections had ruled me out. They voted not to have me in community corrections. What that means is they didn't want me to be like Jeffrey Epstein. They didn't want me to go to work every day, like have a work release program. He fucking wrote a letter and paid my attorney to do a special hearing to go in front of the Community Corrections Board to accept me into a halfway house. I mean, so these are all the little things they did for me. So in the back of my mind, I was indebted to their family in a big way. And I had to pay that debt. So I put my head down. I got out of prison. I got a good job. And listen, man, it's not like I was robbing or kidnapping. All that shit was behind me. The only thing I was still fighting were my demons, who were the drugs. And everybody knew that. Like, she knew it. I don't think the parents knew it. The parents had known of my drug use, but didn't know my drug use at the time. She knew about my drug use. And we, you know, sometimes we think it's going to get better. You ever go buy a car and you walk in and you go, I want the car to be baby powder blue. And the guy goes, I don't have it in blue. I have it in fucking canary yellow. And you're like, well, I really don't like that color. But the guy says to you, what if I lowered the price $600? Would you like the color better? And you're like, yeah, if you lowered it for $600, I would. And you take the car. You take the car, you drive the car, you're happy with the car, but at the end of the day, it's not the car you wanted. Yeah, you save $600 and you went out to dinner with $3 and you put $3 in the bank, but it's not really the car you wanted. I want you to think about that. It's not the car you wanted. We do this in life sometimes. We go along with something. It's not really what I wanted, but let me go along with it. When you serve an apprenticeship, nobody wants to serve a fucking apprenticeship. Nobody wants to do 4 fucking years digging wires and shit to fucking for $8 an hour to get bit by spiders and snakes and shit like that. But at the end of the 4 years, you're gonna have a career. That's why if you get into one of those careers, you want to make sure you love all this shit. But what I'm trying to say is this, that I was indebted to their family. So when I got out, I tried my hardest. The only problem I had was my addiction. I thought that in time, like buying a car and saving $600, I thought that in time, I would get used to the car. You know what I'm saying? And we all do that. We all do this at one point in our lives, and we learn a valuable lesson. I didn't do it with a car. I did it with a human being. What bothers me the most about this 30 years and looking back was that I did something that I didn't want to do, that I was raised not to do, which is to tell people what you feel. And if you don't want to do something, don't do it. I got caught in the fog that if I would have sat her down like a man and said, listen, I love you, but I'm not crazy gaga over you. Like, I'm not, I don't know. I think it was too soon after my mom's death. Something was not right.